Hi, welcome to Give Cheese a Chance, where I encourage you to make cheese at home. I'm Mary Ann. A few months ago, I made a video on how to make cheddar at home. And at the end of that video, I showed you 4 different cheddars. The exact same recipe and ingredients were used for all of these cheddars. However, their aftercare, or their affinage, was different. This cheddar was vacuum packed. This cheddar was waxed. This cheddar was cloth-bandaged, which is a traditional technique used for cheddar. And this cheddar was left au naturel. What I wanted to learn is, how would the different affinage or aftercare techniques affect the flavor and the texture of the cheese inside? So today, I'm having judges come over to taste test each one of these cheddars so I can evaluate, is there one cheddar that tastes better than the others? All these cheeses used the same ingredients, and they were matured at the same temperature, 8 degrees Celsius or 46 degrees Fahrenheit, and they're all approximately the same age, about 5 months old, which I guess is pretty young for a cheddar. So now it's time to cut into each one of these cheddars to make some samples for the judges to taste in what I'm calling the Cheddar Olympics. The first cheese was vacuum packed. The plastic and airless environment protected the cheese from losing moisture and from any contamination on the surface. This is one of the easiest ways to age your cheeses, especially for new home cheesemakers. Yet some people are adamant that vacuum packing affects a cheese's flavor in a negative way. This cheese was waxed, which is a treatment you'll often see with Edam and Gouda cheeses. By waxing it, I didn't have to clean the surface because the wax creates a barrier to limit moisture loss and fungal and bacterial contamination. Cheddar is traditionally cloth-bandaged, which means that the cheese is first coated in lard or butter, and then it is wrapped in cloth to keep any fungal contamination off of the surface of the cheese. Oh, it's so different. You can see this technique allows for all sorts of molds to grow on the surface of the cloth. Looks really funky, doesn't it? Lastly, I did a version of this cheese with a natural rind, meaning I didn't do much to the cheese to prevent any surface contamination at all. Basically, it is a naked and exposed cheese. I did, however, keep it in a small box to prevent too much moisture loss. Just like the cloth-bandaged version, there are spots of microbial growth that are typical of naturally aged cheeses. We're going to cut those off before we eat this cheese. I'm really curious what the judges are going to say.
Oh, it's really good. It's sharp. This one's sharp, I find. Love it. This one's less sharp, right? Milder. All right, I prefer the first one. Me too. This one smells good. Like, smell.
Oh, wow.
Smells nice, right? Is it like acidic? I would say.
I still like the texture, but as the taste, I still prefer the first one.
Definitely. Can I taste number 1 again?
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised how tangy it seems for a young cheddar.
Yeah.
I'm not as big a fan. I like number 1 better.
Yeah, I think me too.
Wow, this one is a lot firmer.
That's a nice smell.
It's very earthy.
That's very different.
Very different. I'm really enjoying this one.
It does help when you wait a little bit in between.
Right. Comparing the results. Oh, there you go. Exact same.
Same. I wasn't
That's
watching.
funny.
Well, it smells cheddary. I'm having a bite of all of them first, and then I'm going to go back and redo it.
I'm going to have to go through it again, I think.
So tell me, which cheddar was your favorite?
Which cheddar was my favorite? Number 2.
Number 1.
Number 2.
I picked number 1.
Number 1's the best.
So my favorite was number 1. I definitely enjoyed number 1. I didn't have to think twice.
Number 4 I like because it crumbled, because I like the taste of it the best, and everything else was pleasing.
It was sharper and it was saltier.
The thing I really felt about number 2 was that it tasted like a much more aged cheese. It had a tanginess to it.
I really enjoyed the buttery flavor, the nutty buttery flavor, number 1.
It was the combination of smell and taste.
I enjoyed all of them.
I thought there was quite a difference. There were, just distinguishing flavors of degrees of mustiness or degrees of earthiness.
So for me was the texture. I thought the taste was creamy, smooth. It's starting to feel that little edge of nuttiness. Well, who doesn't love cheddar? The best loved cheese in the world. So thank you for the opportunity.
So it's time to take a look at the numbers. We want to figure out which cheddar rated the best and which cheddar was the least favorite. The results showed that the vacuum-packed cheese was voted the overall favorite. The natural rind cheese was voted the second favorite. The waxed cheese was voted the third favorite, and the cloth-bound cheddar was voted the least favorite of all 4 cheddars. I was surprised by the results because I expected the traditionally cloth-bound cheddar to be voted the most favorite because cheddars are traditionally bound with cloth, just like this one. But the results showed that the cloth-bounded cheddar was the least favorite of all of them. It just didn't get enough votes. I expected that the vacuum-packed cheese was going to be voted the least favorite by most of the judges because I hear a lot of cheesemakers say that sometimes vacuum packing their cheeses can impart a negative flavor and change the texture by pulling out some moisture from the cheese. So I certainly didn't expect it to be voted the most favorite by most of the judges. One note about vacuum packing for the future. If you're going to vacuum pack your cheddar, make sure that you air dry it for several days before it goes into the vacuum packing bag. This one was air dried for 7 days and I easily could have dried it much longer. At the end of the day, this was just a fun experiment and it challenged my own assumptions of what affinage treatment would make the best tasting cheddar. I challenge you to do a similar test. Make some cheddars or another cheese like a Colby or a Swiss cheese and give those cheeses different affinage treatments. Then ask your friends to come over and do a taste test and see what they say. It'll be really interesting. This is fascinating stuff. If you would like to know how I made these cheddars at home, just search on YouTube for Give Cheese a Chance Cheddar and you'll find a video tutorial. Or you can go into the video description below and click on the link and you'll go directly to that video. I hope you enjoyed watching this cheddar judging competition, what I like to call the Cheddar Olympics. If you did, click on the like button below and also click the subscribe button and the bell beside it so you'll be notified every time I release a new cheese making video. For Give Cheese a Chance, I'm Marianne. Happy cheese making!